All right, you two are back with another video. Shout out to my favorite, I won't say bald, my favorite balding man on the planet. Shout out to Ryuuku Sensei. We love Ryuuku here. Japan's reaction to Genshin getting fined by the FTC was ... Now, I will just say this. I mean, if you don't know my thoughts, you can go check them out. YouTube, E-Thin. We're also live, TTV_Thin right now. We're still recovering from surgery, so I'm not streaming as much. But the reaction is like, guys, and again, you could tell me if I'm off base. Yo, Taylor, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? You can tell me if I'm off base, but like, my initial thought is the games put you in the environment to be predatory. Therefore, they are majority at fault already because they hire psychologists and people to help them create as much FOMO as possible and dopamine kicks to make you spend money. So while the whole like controversy, like with Doro and Pokey's tweet, like, yes, are some parents bad parents and to blame? For fucking sure, brother. But to pretend like that this is a massively on the consumer side, I think is just super out of touch. And I think it's really just a shitty way to look at it. I don't know why we're not slamming down on these companies more. So I'm excited to see what Japan says because I have a feeling it's probably not going to be something
FTC
that we're feeling. So let's see.
Issued a fine to Genshin for $20 million for selling boxes to teens under the age of 16 without parental consent. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about this. So just to read through what the actual official statement says, Genshin Impact game developer will be banned from selling loot.
Silver, I don't know, man. Like I tell you straight up, and even in the video that we're recording right now, I fucking love Pokey. I got mad respect for Pokey. Every time me and Pokey have had chats, they've always been good. But yeah, the past couple tweets have been kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't defend those. I can't defend those tweets, man.
Boxes to teens under 16 without parental consent. Pay a $20 million fine to settle
FTC
charges. Game developer Cognosphere allegedly unfairly marketed loot boxes to children that obscured real
which is true. Which is just straight up true.
Obtaining prizes.
It's actually true.
You've already heard some opinions from other content creators on here on YouTube about what they particularly think. Also, not only on YouTube, but also on Twitter as well. There's been a bit of a conversation about that as well. So I'm sure a lot of you are interested to see what the Japanese opinion of this particular ruling is, considering that Japan is
it
one
low?
of, if not the largest whales in the world per capita. So I actually did a search on Twitter, YouTube, 5chan, which is the Japanese version of 4chan, to see what they're
let me know if it's too loud now. I made it a lot louder just to make sure that's good on the VOD.
Talking about this, and I'll be honest, it's weirdly quiet. Well, just to show you that where I looked, I did a search for both Genshin and FTC. I found some people talking like just quote reaching that, but no real big conversations by any big names. There were a few posts here. I will get into these later. I also did a search for
it's not just about parents' credit cards. Children get a lot of gift cards. Third-party genocide sites allow GCUs. Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly, 1000%. What's going on, M? How are you, Stinky? It's a podcast, but how are you? Hope you're having a great day, M. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing good. Yo, Vi, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Yeah, also, I want to just add this. If anyone has, like, nieces or nephews or actual children, like, guys, if you ever had a tablet, your phone, a Steam wallet, I mean, anything, most services, Xbox, you just save your credit card on there, and you can make a purchase, and that's it, right? Like, it's, oh, would you like to use this? Like, it's very, I think people are extremely underestimating how easy it is for someone to just use their parents' money and not be 100% aware of it, right? Like, I bought my nephew Steam games on his computer, and I saved my card. I said, hey, use it if you want to buy a game. Yeah, and my son has done it exactly. And like, it's now if he goes crazy and spends $300, that is partially my fault without a doubt. I mean, for sure, you have to have a conversation and explain that to him. But you know, there's times like, again, this game is not promoted properly, and so you know, a one-time purchase is different than buying tons and tons and tons of Genesis crystals. You know, so. Actually buying some $5 thing on Call Trove when I was younger. My parents' cars on exactly. That way, suddenly lose 20 million for his bank account to pretend to cry sooner. Yeah, bro. Crazy when you think in 2 weeks, Bogey went from tweeting with power creep to beating kids. Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was something else, man. I don't know what he was on about. 70 company, 25 parents, 5 kids. If everyone's a problem, yeah, I mean everyone is a problem, of course. Like without a doubt, everyone's a problem. I mean, whatever percentage you want to break it down. At the end of the day, the company is the main percentage. I'm a former children that was exposed to gambling. I'm a former child, boys. I agree, but it's not my son who does it. It's my wife. Sheesh. It's very deceiving what they're doing. Well, also, guys, you have to keep in mind, and again, we have to be fair. It's not just Genshin. It's not Hoyo Games. It's also Wuwa. Although Wuwa's does things to make it less predatory. Former miner in chat, crazy. You buy a currency with money, and then transfer that currency to a completely different currency in order to kind of give you this illusion that you're gaining more. And like, again, when you buy a $30 pack of Muwa and HSR, as Ryuuku or anyone else would say, it doesn't say $30 equals 13 pulls or 20 pulls. It just says it equals this amount of crystals. And like, if I feel like if they were to actually put that information on there, they wouldn't sell as much because people are like, $30 for 15 pulls or 20 pulls, whatever it comes out to, like that's pretty shitty, you know. The $30 sparkly gems, exactly, yeah. Link their card to their phone, yeah, exactly. My glorious kings, Wigwam, baby, Wigwams. Genshin skin price spreadsheets. Also, yeah, what I will say is I don't like the fact that you can't just outright buy the skins in these games. That I also think just fucking sucks. But you know, that's a whole different conversation. What up, Sean? What up, baby?
Genshin
also, it's good Filipino. How are you? Bro? Good day.
Fine.
Right, so let's hear
got
it.
This post here, which I will go into later. This is basically the only post I could find talking about this with a significant conversation about that.
Japan
also
seems
looked
to
at some
not care.
Content creators in Japan, such as Kasen, Maguro Head, Nagi, and also Neromero. They have not said anything. Kasen's talking about like this wall of Pikachus here. Maguro Head hasn't said a single thing at all. Their latest post was talking about how they finished the Star Rail 3.0 story. I'm also trying to find information on what the Japanese opinion of that is as well, but again, it's really hard to find information about that. It's really strange. I'm seeing like conflicting information, but that's not the point of this video. That's for another video I'm working on. Nagi here, also another great, another big content creator. They released a post about 4 hours ago about the most used characters in the current Spiral Abyss are. That's about it.
I agree, Dan.
Also, Nedemir as
so
well.
Shitty.
Their latest
so
post
shitty.
was
It's
how
so
their bed was so comfy that they didn't want to stream that day. And they retweeted.
That's just how they make money. The Stone Cold cutouts taking you. Oh yeah, he's a cowboy hat on too. Is Ryuuku going to be Gacha cast? That's why I'm doing Tectone cosplay. Ha! No, he's not on this Gacha cast today. I assume when they talk about HSR, they'll get him on. Also, what's good, Emperor? How you feeling? Can we get a? Oh, I don't know if my bot is on. I'll put on my bot the second I finish this video. But Emperor, I appreciate you. Welcome in, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There's a Gacha cast again. Yeah, it's going to be in about an hour. I'm on it, which is pretty cool. Pretty sick.
That's
pretty
literally
sick
all they
stuff
said.
today.
I did a search on YouTube for Genshin, just Genshin in general. I searched by upload date to get the most up-to-date videos. I looked through the results here. There was nothing. No videos at all talking about this FTC filing at all. There was one video here. This is like the only video I can see talking about it, which was uploaded 3 hours ago with 6.1k views. But this is not Japanese. This is all in Chinese, so I don't really feel comfortable in covering what's being said in this video and in the comments. So other than that, I've just seen people just saying, oh, streaming Genshin, cool. But from what I've seen as well,
thank you for the shout out, Emperor.
Spoken at all about it. I did mention that I also looked at 5chan as well. 5chan is basically the Japanese version.
It's all right.
Of 4chan.
It's rough.
They
we
do
make
not
it to
have
her.
a post,
I appreciate you.
an up-to-date post on Genshin right here, but they do have posts for Zenless Zone Zero and also Honkai Star Rail. So I checked both of those. I checked for Zenless Zone Zero here. I checked for any mentions of FTC. I got 0 hits. And also same thing in Honkai Star Rail. I did get a hit here. One post here which was talking.
Is it about HSR? I mean, I think it's about a lot of things. I think part of it would definitely be about HSR, which I definitely have things to say on. But yeah.
About that, and then if we look at the,
I think he'll be on it for sure one day.
Like 2 responses. And
there's no way he's not. He's a great content creator.
Big, busy message board, but 2 responses in here, just saying, okay, so the main post here is just saying
they seem to not give a fuck.
$20 million, but the responses here are just saying like, well, it's not just Hoyoverse, it's basically every other gacha game out there, so they're laughing about that, and then also saying here like, I'll just get this translated for you guys. It's because you can only get near the ceiling. The ceiling is the word in Japanese for pity. The probability of winning in a temple is 0.3%, which means you will never win. And in reality, it will take up to 180 pulls to get it for sure. In other words, it is the West's insistence that you should display something like it will cost up to 54,000 yen, how much it costs in total to get a guarantee. to obtain it, and that is normal, especially because the conventional wisdom doesn't apply to minors, because minors are
Bro,
minors.
I recommended this in my
responsible
video
for your actions, but this logic does not apply to minors. After all, this is a country where you can win a case if you sue McDonald's for your child becoming a diabetic after eating too many Big Macs. Even if it is acceptable in Asia, it is not so in Europe and
Sheesh, they cooked our ass. Yo, Coco, what's going on, brother? Welcome in quick. How are you? If this ends up making pulls costs lower, I don't think it's going to make pulls costs lower at all. I don't think it's going to change any gacha mechanics, although I'd love to get rid of the 50-50. I think this is just simply, if anything is going to happen, I think it will legitimately just be X amount of dollars to get X 5-star. And I think that's all it's going to really come to. I don't think it's going to be a massive game changer like that. People defending Hoyo seems to misinterpret the main point of the FTC. Objectively, Gacha promotes gambling when Genshin is rated for children, which is wrong. And Super even put the blame on the parents at this. I agree with you 1000%. And it's not just Genshin. Again, we got to be fair. It's all gachas. You know, like, it's fucking insane. Like, if you go to, guys, if you go to the Genshin App Store, it's not talking about gacha. It's not. It makes it seem like it's just a cute anime game to play, and that is not the case. You know, Dawe May Cry is crazy. I played these games before. What's good, brother? Oh, I've played these games before. I think they just need to be more clear in how pulls you get X amount of money exactly, and now that will definitely impact. Yo, Dawe, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. If they remove 50-50 or less than the maximum of pulls, they'll just increase the cost of pulls, so essentially the same. Well, shit, I mean, again, I don't think that this is going to change the core mechanics of any established gacha at the moment, although I would love to get rid of the 50-50. I just don't think it'll ever happen. But I just think the result of this is putting a price tag and saying, hey, you want Mavica, for example, it is going to be 180 pulls to get a guaranteed. And to get an early 5-star, it will be 90. And then they have like the tracker there and then the amount, you know, which is the part of the illusion they rely on. Exactly. Why does Roshio feel inferior for a 5-star? Oh, we'll get to that after, brother. I made a whole video why I'm skipping Roshio. But yeah, I played these games. Timuko 200 my to people from buying it. Exactly. So I don't know, man. Also, a $20 million fine is a slap on the wrist. You know, they're gonna fucking wipe their ass. I'm skipping too. Kazahana, my man, fucking dab me up, brother. My bots. I don't know if my shout outs are working right now, but what's good? And Arch, how are you? Welcome in. How we feeling?
So talking about the difference in standards,
fuck that bitch. Go ahead.
What is acceptable in the West compared to what is acceptable in the East. This is literally the only post I could find on the net, like at all, that is talking about this issue in any sort of way. There at the moment, right.
Ryuuku didn't look hard enough. If you give me 5 years to learn Japanese, I'll probably find a better source than Ryuuku. I'm just
now. This post has been viewed.
I'm gonna go Paul Kazahana. Thank you.
It has 170 comments with 5.2 thousand retweets and 23,000 likes. I bookmarked it just for the sake of this video.
Thank you,
I looked through
100% quick.
Every
100%.
comment in here to see what they were saying. There's a lot of comments in here which have some likes here, like 62 likes here, 3 likes here, and I went through all of them. So what did they say? This first post here, which got 7 replies and 63 likes on here, saying that in terms of like
good, James.
Genshin is more on the more forgiving side. Like they're not the most egregious game out there that has really bad gacha mechanics compared to other games. I think this is to do with the amount of gacha games that are available in the West. There are roughly about 4 or 5 times as many in Japan that you guys in the West just do not even see, and those games in Japan are infinitely worse than and the one I always go to, which one is also known in the West, is Fate Grand Order. They have a pity of 300.
And again, obviously, this is nothing about Ryuuku at all, and they're not necessarily wrong. There are probably definitely gacha games worse than Genshin. But I just think it's so hard to compare these Gen 2 gacha games to Gen 1, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's really kind of a weird thing to do. It's like they're just so fucking different. They operate in such a different way. Like Genshin, it's like Genshin fucking sucks. Like they have possibly the worst gacha system. They just got rid of the 2 fate points recently after 4 fucking years, right? Like it's fucking trash. It's not good.
It doesn't carry over, and it can be pretty bad. And even for the longest time, they didn't release the rates for those banners until just a couple of years ago. So with Fate Grand Order being
quick for sure, I agree with you.
The biggest gacha games in Japan, Fate Grand Order is basically the standard of what.
Also, so Dawe said, John Dawe, they could find any amount of money. It's the threat and negative attention being around the first place that damages them the most. Oh, 100%. I hope it does set a precedent to find other games like FIFA and all these other other bullshit games with those in CS:GO and shit. Like it's trash. It's fucking trash.
Japan
trash.
expects gacha rates, gacha mechanics to be like, in comparison to Fate Grand Order, yeah, it's true. Genshin isn't as bad as that, but that is because Fate Grand Order is fucking dog shit. This post here is saying, I'm hard to believe that this is coming from the country that brought us CSGO. Again, I think they're talking about the loot box systems in CSGO as well, pointing out the hypocrisy of them going after Genshin Impact, whereas there's also got games such as CSGO, which are also very predatory as well. Next one up here, this number here is the yen equivalent of $20 million. So they're saying here like $20 million is basically nothing. They can make that back really quite easily. This person is agreeing with them, saying that say they're getting about $10 to $15 million just on the smartphone revenue. That's not including the PC or PlayStation sales as well. Then yeah, that would be really quite too easy for them. And this is just the sales for January of this year, which is about $15 million. So yeah,
how was the 37-page lawsuit?
Yeah, it's a pretty big fine for a regular person, but
how was it? I know they mentioned like Klee and shit and Nihida and stuff in the lawsuit, but I've no, I didn't read the whole lawsuit. I wasn't gonna do all that. I'm still recovering from surgery. I'm like, fuck that. I'll let someone else do it.
For Hoyoverse, it's pretty much nothing. Yeah, this person is also saying something very similar as well. Like for Hoyoverse, this is basically just like chump change. This person actually disagrees with some people here. They're saying that gacha is inherently, like, just by nature, an antisocial mechanic, and it's an antisocial thing. If you consider that the full price for a game, in fact, no, I'll just translate this post here so you guys can see that I'm reading it correctly. And there's actually a bit of a mistranslation in how they connected things here, but just so you can see that what I'm saying is basically correct. They're saying that they think gacha is inherently antisocial. The full price of a game, or the price of a full standalone game, is around 9,000 yen. And for a game like that, you might not have any gambling mechanics, but when it comes to like actually pulling for a character in these kinds of games here, you have to gamble for the character, and then you also have to unlock their copies as well to get the extra parts of their kit. And if you do attempt to go for a full C6, then you might need basically 100,000 yen here, basically $1,000. And if that was the case in, say, a DLC, like you had to pay $1,000 for a DLC, it would get rightfully slammed. This person is actually responding saying $1,000 is basically nothing. It's not really, that's not how much it costs. It costs even more than that. It would be two or three times more than that. So $2,000, $3,000 to unlock to C6 a character. But even in the replies to this person here, there's a lot of people just saying, well, they've got a pity to 90, so it should be pretty, it's fine, no? This person...
I just don't get it, man. I just don't fucking, I will never understand the complacency and the defending of companies that are legitimately fucking stealing your money and spitting in your mouth and finger popping your ass. I just don't get it. It will never fucking click with me. You know, I think that NBA FIFA Gacha is more predatory than the big four, 1,000%. CSGO, 1,000%. Also, Brad, good morning, brother. How are you? 1,000%. There's really no doubting that or denying that at all. Shay, how are you, brother? Welcome in. How you feeling? I don't get it either. It just blows my mind that, like, I don't know it, man. No, Sin, legit. It's like, skipping grocery brand to make sure I get Phoebe and Zayna that's valid. Just don't get it. I don't know, bro. Like, why are we like, I think it's okay. Did you see Hoyo's response? I didn't. You could link it. Surely no pants, though. No, I got pants on today. I'm doing the Gacha cast. I had to get pants on. I think, also, Brad, get some sleep, brother. I'm tired, too. I understand, like, giving a company praise when they do something good. But, like, in any other niche of video games, like, I've never seen such, like, tribalism and parasocial people. Like, again, if you play Destiny 2, people shit on Bungie all the time because Bungie's fucking destroyed the game. You play any of the NBA games, everyone shits on EA, right? You play any of these other games, CD Projekt Red, they launched a half-baked product. It turned out to be a great game at the end of it. But it's like, you know, you give these criticisms and people are like, well, don't be mean because they're trying. Like, they're valid criticisms. Like, Cyberpunk, you paid $60 for a game that didn't function. Destiny 2, I've paid $500 for DLC. Out of the $500, $400 my DLC has been removed from the game. It's like, but like when you do that with gacha games, people have this sunk cost fallacy, whatever the fuck it's called, that they let their mind go fucking crazy, and it's so insane. It's just so fucking stupid. Okay, I'll look at that in a moment. These others, but they let the community price the items, which is volatile. Exactly. No, I didn't. I didn't. Also, was good because they have lots of. Yeah, it's insane. What's good, Sasha? Good morning. Good morning. Same with No Man's Sky. Exactly the same with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is supposed to be the greatest game of all time. Turned into a pretty decent game at the end of the day. But at the beginning, those games weren't this way originally. When you come to Gacha, you set yourself for Gamma from the start. Yeah, you set yourself up for Gamma, but you could still criticize parts of the game. Like you could still criticize the video game and the bad things that are happening. I want to let Ryuuku talk because I've been ranting so much. But yeah, I have a whole other idea about
UID is because the thumbnail for this automaton article had this screenshot from in-game, and it does actually show the
exactly.
UID of whoever wrote this, I
guess.
It is
okay
so
to give constructive criticism. Yeah, exactly.
They want someone to look and search up the UID. I don't know why they want to find out who. They didn't really say. It could just be like, just for curiosity's sake. I searched it up, and it's an account that exists. No one really said anything particularly nefarious, but I don't really know further than that. So this comment here with 298 likes says, well, yeah, every game is basically like that, but I think that the cost for one pull being 300 yen, which is around about $2 or something like that, is a little bit expensive. No, 100 yen should be enough. And looking at responses, they got 16 replies to this here. This reply got the most likes.
Was good.
With 201 likes here.
Was good, OM.
Just to show you what this person's saying. Think about the operating costs. Think about the costs of the devs. There's no way 100 yen is enough. In the first place, it's a game that you can play without paying. And even with that in mind, 100 yen per gacha is too cheap.
Bro. Bear with me. I have one arm. How much money has Genshin Impact? $1 is too cheap for $2 too cheap. $5 billion on iOS and Android in China alone. In China. And these motherfuckers are saying $2 is too cheap. It's too cheap. What the fuck? Are you fucking brain dead? Holy shit. I can't. I'll never understand it. Yeah, I got you. We can go over that after, brother.
So, for sake of clarity, 100 yen at the current exchange rate is 0.64 United States dollars. And they're saying that that is too cheap. This person is actually saying as well that, yeah, sure, maybe they make it 100 yen, which is 1/3 of the price. And then also they'll cut the rates by 1/3 and raise the pity by 3 times, so offset that price as well. Basically saying there's no real point because they'll just do some other tricky stuff to make the same amount of money anyway. This person here is saying about the cost per pull in another gacha game, one of the OG gacha games here in Japan called Puzzles and Dragons, saying that for Puzzles and Dragons, the cheapest that it could be is basically like 600 yen, which is double the price of Genshin at this current point in time.
I mean, that still sucks.
This comment here is basically echoing what we saw in the other comments, saying Genshin could make up this cost with just another limited time character. Okay, next comment up here with 432 likes. We're going up here in the most liked comments and such. Even if you say that, most, if not all, gacha games would be affected, which is true. Oh, getting more comments. Okay, this comment here with 14 likes. This particular part of the comment is actually an excerpt from the article of this FTC filing about how they are hiring influencers.
Oh, 100% Shine. I say this all the time. If I took a shit on Monday and a diary on Tuesday, they're still shit, right? They're both still shit. That doesn't necessarily stop anything one from being true. And obviously Ryuuku is just simply presenting the information given. But yeah, no, I big agree, 100%.
And giving this impression, this false impression that it's easier to pull these characters than it actually is. And their comment in regards to that saying the main point of this FTC filing is to do with how they are going about that, how they are paying for these influencers to do this, and giving this false impression that they're getting all these god pulls. Looking at the
It was good, Minus. How you feeling, brother? Welcome in, man. Good morning. So yeah, I'm just gonna read this for everyone, so that way it doesn't get cut off in the VOD. Good morning, Ethan. Just sharing my take. Good morning, brother. How are you? In terms of mobile games, gacha games are best by far. It's the closest you get to AAA on mobile. Since most young people can't get a PC, they don't really have an alternative. Gacha companies basically have a monopoly on good mobile games which appeal to younger with no PC. When they have a monopoly, you can do whatever they want, aka normalizing spending $100. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't think what you're saying is wrong. I think that mobile games primarily suck prior to Genshin Impact. I don't really think there were many good mobile games But I think they could still, excuse me, they can dominate the market, and monopolize the market and not be as greedy. And so listen, man, fucking kids can't afford an RTX 5090 that's $1,000, or their parents can't afford that. But realistically, a lot of them probably wind up spending more money on Genshin Impact than they would with a PC in over a year or two. So, like, again, what you're saying, fucking valid, brother. Absolutely fucking valid. They have a hold on the marketplace because everyone really has a phone. Everyone has a phone now. It's very normalized. But that's why it's so predatory. Everybody has a phone. Their marketing is masked behind making everything look cute and simple and cuddly and free to play and all that bullshit. And it's the exact fucking opposite. So yeah, you're cooked, man. You 100% cooked with that, without a doubt. And also, thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. Damn you, I'm an actual legend. So yeah, I understand there's a business, but at some point it's a balance about how much greed can come into the quality. Again, thank you. I appreciate you, and thank you for telling your thoughts. Just lost the balance a while back. True. No, you're chilling, Shay. You're chilling. I agree with you. Issue to capitalism, exactly. It's Ultimate Team only. Blah blah blah. It's not about how much they need to survive. Yeah, what's going on, Lily? How are you? Cookie Run Kingdom simply better. Cookie Run Kingdom, best game of all time. Give me a sponsor, Cookie Run Kingdom. Hence, the good games usually come from non-public companies since they don't need a max profit like Steam and BG3 devs. Yeah, man. Fucking sucks, man.
The comments here. This is interesting here. 26 likes with 5 replies. This has got a comma sense. What they're doing right now is that they're saying the word Kasen, who I mentioned earlier, and they're splitting up the word to avoid getting like dogpiled on by a lot of Kasen's fans. So that's how they're trying to get around this, to talk about someone without actually setting fans off. They're talking about how Kasen is one of the biggest Twitch streamers in Japan, like how he always wails like an incredible amount on playing Genshin. This one here is pulling for Navia, and he spent just under $1,000 at this current exchange rate on getting Navia. This person's doing the same thing where they're trying to say Kasen's name without actually saying Kasen's name to not trigger his fans. Okay, this is actually a pretty funny post. This got 851 likes of showing Raiden Shogun here saying, as I thought, Gacha is bad culture. It's the enemy of eternity. So it's just making a joke about that. I don't think these likes in here are agreeing with this. They just think it's funny and just laughing along with it.
Yo, Fable, what's good? DH, I appreciate the follow, brother. Welcome, and how are you? Damn, you're having a great day. Thank you so much. And Fabled, how the fuck are you, bro? It's been a fucking minute. I hope you're doing good. Can we get a shout out from my man Fabled? How we feeling, dog? How are you? Let's be honest. How many times you get angry you're not getting to play character? Oh, for sure. 1,000%, without a son. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Okay, no.
And Quicksilver, thank you for the follow as well. Actual GOAT. I appreciate the fuck out of you as well. Thank you both. What up, B? What's good, DH? How you feeling, man? What's going on? Freezing my ass off, feeding my animals, but good. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, how are you still on Destiny or nah? And are we still playing the Gacha games? But I'm happy to hear that. And boys, thank you for the follows.
1,000 likes here. We've got 1,200 likes for this comment, saying the ones who pulled are in the wrong. No, that's a bit of mistranslation here. It's the fault of the person who pulled. No, or rather, the parents who don't watch their children properly. Don't blame the company. It's embarrassing. As in, like, you're embarrassing.
I think I want to just skip to the wrap up. I mean, again, we've covered this point, and we'll probably talk about it more with them on the podcast today. But that is just a pretty shitty argument. It seems like Japan kind of doesn't care as much with the lack of coverage, and also, I mean, it's not really affecting them at the moment, so why would they care, you know? Yo, thank you for the fucking sub. I appreciate the fuck out of you, OM. Thank you, brother. You are one dumb son. I don't know if the alert went off. I can't hear my own alerts yet. There we go. You are one dumb son of a bitch. Bro, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the sub. It means the world to me, man. On God. Thank you. Looking good today. I appreciate you. I'm out here in my fucking sling, son. I'm out here in my cast. Not really playing D2 most Gacha and Arc. That's valid, Fable. That's valid as hell. It's embarrassing defending the Corpa. Yeah, defending the multi-billion-dollar company, man. It's never a good look. It's never a good look, man. And I just think overall, I guess I understand why maybe they don't care as much. I think they should. But again, I don't understand the culture. I don't know if whaling is normalized there. I don't fucking know, right? But from what we've seen of it so far, it just seems like it's just basically fucking. It's a lot of people don't care. The couple people that do care, some understand. Some are blaming the parents because they're fucking stupid. And
on the whole, that is basically what I've been seeing from all these other like smaller other comments that didn't get as much traction as well. A lot of them are just either commenting on the thumbnail, the UID.
I got you guys in 2 seconds.
It's the parents' fault. It's the children's fault. I cannot see much criticism in terms of like criticizing Hoyoverse in regards to this. So from the looks of things, it does seem like the Japanese players are more firmly on the side of Hoyoverse in this case. So yeah, that is what the initial response to this FTC filing, to this FTC fine is from the Japanese players. Like I said, I've looked in all sorts of other places as well. I couldn't really...
Oh my god, Hoyoverse just cummed. They just cummed.
find much information except for this post here. So maybe this is just a Twitter thing. I don't know. I've been looking for other content creators such as Neromero, such as Kasen, such as Cabbage Person, Maguro Head, for example, but they've all been very, very silent about this. If I do find any more information about this, I will make a follow-up video, but for the time being, this is what the initial reaction is. So yeah, guys.
Ryuuku, everyone gonna follow my boy Ryuuku, don't beat the shit out of you. Yeah, I mean, again, closing thoughts, it's fucking stupid. It's absolutely dumb. Stop defending these multi-billion-dollar companies. It's majority of the company. Nobody, and then the rebuttal to my argument of majority of the company, well, nobody told you to download Genshin. Go fuck yourself. That's so stupid. You're being disingenuous, but I'll see you in the next